have attested to the power of yoga in improving one's health and bodily functions like breathing and body posture. A new health center that uses yoga is the urban Ashram Manila. Not only does it teach wellness practice, it also is earth-friendly. Check this out. Yoga is a great way not only to get in shape, but to also reconnect with the spirituality that may be missing from your life. And if yoga is your thing, or you're thinking that it could be, then you might want to check out the newly opened Urban Ashram Manila in Barrio Capitolio in Pasig City.
We wanted to create a place where we can practice our yoga, at the same time we can deepen our study and understanding of it. It's a very ancient physical exercise, but a spiritual practice as well. So we wanted a studio that would really reflect that allows people to come within the city to a place of solitude and a place of practice, really. So.
But do you feel that at this point yoga has become faddish in the sense that people always look to it more than anything to lose weight or to maybe be toned? Because at the end of the day, you do get very toned, you get leaner, your body becomes better. Do you think that the whole practice of yoga as a spiritual practice has been lost?
It could be. Here's the thing, right? I've always believed that people come to yoga for their own reasons. So a lot of people come to yoga because physically they're injured or they're not well, or or just getting older. And when things happen like that, your priority tends to be first the physical. Without yourself whole, no? It's very hard to become spiritual, or to even worry about spirituality. If it is, then it's a very I'm worried about death sort of spirituality rather than anything else. Yoga fixes that first, and I think if that's the only thing you want out of it, that's what you'll get.
So you don't judge people for coming in just for, let's say, the whole experience of doing the yoga poses?
If they want to do that, yeah. I mean, if that's the thing that makes them feel better, then absolutely they should do it. It gives them a benefit by just coming. As you mentioned, there are all of these things. Nobody argues about the benefit of it, which is why I think it's not a fad. And in fact, if you look at the number of yoga studios around, it seems like it's all over the place, but they're not. I mean, there are very few studios around. Most of them are small, and they're very good studios, but people tend to look for convenience. People tend to look for especially multiple classes. Third, facilities. People tend to look for a place where they can take a nice shower afterwards, and just maybe a place to lounge around. I guess that's the whole concept of the ashram. It's something more than just a studio.
Urban Ashram Manila offers classes at various skill levels, with big, airy studios to accommodate large groups.
We offer 3 types of yoga. So, like you said, we don't offer Bikram, we don't offer heated yoga. All of our yoga, though, includes vinyasas. So a vinyasa is a sun salutation movement, and we also teach the breath. The idea is we create our own heat internally. You come to one of our classes and you're dripping. I mean, one of the vinyasa flow Ashtanga or Ashtanga classes, so we have the vinyasa flow, which is our core offering. And that is linking the breath and movement. So
that's hard to do. It's not the easiest thing to do. You have to learn it, right?
And you have to be instructed well. I found that the better my instructors were, the more I learned. But once you learn it, though, you can do really interesting things. I mean, you can build up the heat in your body.
And you can do it on your own.
And you can do it on your own.
Right? Because I find that sometimes, because I've taken a lot of yoga classes, and I still need instruction.
Sure.
Maybe that means that I wasn't getting proper instruction?
No, I mean, I think even, I've been doing it for years now, and I still need instruction.
Okay.
It's never, when you do yoga, it's like you're having a conversation with your body. When you're in the pose, you're sitting there, you're stretched forward, you're in pain, and you think to yourself, okay, I mean, can I go a little bit further? What is it? Why can't I touch my toes? Why can't I do these things? And yet at the same time that the potential is there. And I think that's what yoga is about, really. You see the potential of your body. You see what you were when you were 1 year old, and you could put your foot in your mouth if you wanted to, right? And how we lost that over time, and it's getting that back. So I mean, with that, really, if you keep that in mind, you can really develop a very, very strong practice of yoga. We have practices like Ashtanga, which is a set sequence.
Okay.
Like you mentioned again, Bikram. Bikram has something like 27 poses. Ashtanga will have 80 plus. I mean, they're the Navy SEALs of the yoga world.
My
the
goodness.
Ashtangis. The 1 hour and a half, extremely intensive, a lot of movement, a lot of heat, but again, you become very, very strong and flexible. On the lower side, we have a hatha, so it's less movement, much more static poses. Very good for injuries, very good for things like that. But still, enough heat is being generated so that we clear out. We can keep that practice very, very intense, despite it being slower.
And even if you don't think you're flexible enough to attempt some of the more tricky poses, fear not. They hold a series of classes called Flexibility Not Required, a fun and accessible way to get into yoga.
It's really a program for people who aren't flexible and who would like to discover yoga. Again, yoga is much more than just flexibility. You will become flexible from that program, but it's not required to start. We have that and we offer that throughout the week. So as an introductory to yoga, that's what we recommend. Take this course. See how it feels like. If you find it's too light or it's not enough exercise, then we'll recommend either an Ashtanga or going up to the Vinyasa flow.
Urban Ashram Manila also offers free classes to those who are having second thoughts about joining up. So, we suggest that you save yourself a slot before they run out.
We wanted to make sure that we had, number one, the quality of instruction would be very high. So we bring in foreign teachers are already booked, some of them really known in the yoga world will be coming here to the ashram to teach. And that really allows you to start deepening your practice and us as teachers to become better as well. So aside from the safety, the other thing that's very important, I think, is really you can have a bad experience in a yoga class. And a lot of that depends on the teacher. And that's why it's very important to find those good teachers. And so we're very picky when it comes to that. Third, I think this is the only purpose-built facility. So it's really, we've invested in it as, we only do yoga. We don't do anything else. We don't do Zumba on the weekends. We don't do things like that. Nothing wrong with it. But, that's not what the ashram's about.
Well, this is the ashram for yoga.
For yoga, and we are trying to focus on getting people who are really interested in not seeing what the benefits are now or next year, but looking at the potential over a lifetime. And I guess going back to whether or not it's becoming a fad, people aren't stopping. People are taking it up and they keep going. Why? Because, they get what they can out of it. They get something out of it.
Check out its website for more information on membership packages and class schedules.